Hey everybody, it's Pete. Good morning. Welcome to a new episode of today's best stock picks. And volatility continues. We're getting some good trading, but again, you really need to have a narrowed down watch list. You need to be hyper focused right now. I want to say that today is a very big day in stock market history. If you weren't trading back then, which I wasn't, this actually happened in 1987. I was selling mutual funds back in 1987. Today is a big day. And just to give you some context of what today means or what happened, and give you a picture of what it would need to look like today for this event to happen again, it would be the equivalent of the Dow Jones Industrial Average falling 6,500 points in one day. Let that sink in. That is actually the percentage move that happened on this day in 1987. So we're actually going to take a look at the chart. I'm going to take a look at the snapshot of a headline from that day, just to put that in perspective to how different the market is now with the circuit breakers and all that kind of stuff. We're also going to focus on Netflix today and Netflix earnings after the close today, scheduled for after the close today, and how I'm planning to trade that stock. There's a very obvious level that I'm looking for today, which is not the all-time high, but it's pretty darn close. Let's hop over to the screen and we'll take a look. So, of course, what I am discussing is the Black Monday sell-off from way back in the day, which was October 20th, 1987. So to give you, again, context, the Dow fell 508.32 points, right? Billions lost in trading. But here is really where it gets just crazy. It's a 6,500 point drop. Where is it? It was actually on here somewhere. Gosh, here it is, 6,500 points in the Dow if that actually happened today. So could you imagine right now the Dow losing 6,500 points in one day? In one day. The stock market is fascinating. Oh, by the way, I actually want to come back onto the screen. By the way, if you didn't have a chance yesterday, we launched a brand new free trading community where I want to take the conversations a little deeper than we have in Facebook and in the comments. It's a brand new forum, absolutely free. All you have to do is click down below and watch a 90-second video that just shows you how to use the platform, and then click over to subscribe, join, to sign up. I'd really love to have you in there so that we can have deeper conversations about how to improve your trading, because that's what it's about for me. It's about you asking questions and me doing as much as I can to help you get to the other side, which is easier, profitable trading. There's no cost. Just got to click down and sign up. So we're going to go back over to the charts. Obviously, we're going to be taking a look at Netflix today. And you can see here the 560 level is the level that I'm watching in Netflix. We've actually pulled back a little bit, trading a little bit higher. So we think about what just happened now. We pulled back for 3 days leading into earnings. Basically 4 days, really, if you want to include the fact that we almost closed at exactly the same day open yesterday. So we actually closed 7 cents lower yesterday. So I'm kind of saying 4 days now. But selling off into earnings is very different than exploding higher into earnings, where, the sell the news type of thing. We're not rallying into earnings, so they're not buying into earnings. I am looking to be long this stock only if it trades above 560, and that's the level that I am looking to initiate a new trade. Now, if it should happen to gap lower, I'm leaving it alone. It should happen to gap above and stay above 560. Then I'm going to be looking for a daily entry above that level. Some other earnings that we have: Procter & Gamble, Philip Morris, and Lockheed Martin, pre-market, scheduled before the market opens today. After the market closes is Netflix, Texas Instruments, and Snap, all scheduled after the market. Logitech reported yesterday, so this will be one that we'll be watching again. You can see down here it's up 20% after hours. It was actually up higher than that about half an hour ago, but still we're going to be looking to trade this gap today. We have a very specific way of initiating this new trade, which is an opening range breakout, which is outside of that first part of the trading day. And then today's low would be the stop loss, assuming it stays above that level. It's a very cut and dry trade. Looking for follow through. It's probably just going to be a day trade for me right now if we get some nice push. A lot of these stocks that have had earnings have punched through, stayed there, and had a really good day, but then kind of dried up the days after that. So we're looking to take advantage of it as a trade for today, and then obviously looking for a pullback over the next few days. JKS has been one that we continue to trade. And look, you could see it again yesterday. Somebody asked yesterday in our coaching call, when do we think the stock is going to stop? When do we think we're going to be able to spot a reversal? Typically, it happens with a parabolic move, massive volume, and that's where it rolls over. We thought that was here, and it just keeps rolling higher. So this is a really big teaching moment here. which is let the price action tell you when it's going to reverse, as opposed to trying to guess a top, guess a bottom. Follow the price action, continue to make money in a stock that's this obvious until the trend changes. Now, the trend is parabolic. The odds of it reversing are pretty good, but it's not happening yet. So continue to make that money while it's obvious. And if and when it reverses, only then should you be looking in the other direction. Some news in the tech sector yesterday. If you look at these individual candlesticks here, WDC, Micron, and Intel all had news yesterday about mergers and sales and buyouts and that kind of thing. They're not necessarily in tremendous order flow right now, but the market has attention on them right now. So we're going to be looking to actively day trade those stocks as well today. So they have attention, volume, volatility. DraftKings is an interesting one where it had that news on liquidating shares, reducing, and that kind of stuff. But now it pulled back perfectly into what was a breakout level. Again, keeping your tape reading very simple, and it traded into what we know in the community as a bullish U-turn. Not going to get into why or how or what that means, because we save that for the boot camp. But what it does mean is that it's now time to dip your toes to initiate a new swing trade, with 42 being the proper stop loss, just below 42. Even if it just retraces back to 54, it's a good trade because you're really not risking that much for that initial spot of 54. And obviously 64 is the ultimate trade. So 54 is not the target, 64 is, but 54 would be the first area we would expect a little bit of resistance. So bullish U-turn in DraftKings, looking to initiate a new trade there as well. NVTA, not to be confused with NVDA, really nice pullback. Now we have a swing low. The stock is well bid, looking to initiate a new swing trade long. Again, we're not looking for 54. We're looking for it to break 54. That's a common misconception. SFIX, hopefully you've been in this swing trade with us since the breakout. We said we were looking for it to go well bid above this breakout level. It did, and now we are getting a nice push higher. ENPH is one that has now paused on light volume and continues to punch higher, and you can see that you're getting a nice payoff here as well. So really this, what we know as a bull flag, a high and tight pattern that you see in William O'Neill stuff. 108 was the breakout, and now it's up $8 higher than that now, actually $9. NLS, Nautilus, was called out quite a bit a while back. I want to point out the difference between this and what we just saw in ENPH. Very common to say this is just the same exact pattern, but look what we have here. We went up and we failed, and we went up and we failed. So the stock is still strong, but if you're looking to initiate the trade now, because of this double failure, which many people know is a topping tail, a shooting star, whatever you want to call it, I call it a melted candle because it opens and closes in the same spot. Its bottom line is it's indecision. So we still like the stock long, but because of this, if it's a new swing trade, look to initiate the trade at lower share size and build as it moves in your favor, because the market, the price action, the tape is telling you right now there's a problem with making new highs. So it's still a long, just lower your exposure on the trade as you're getting in there. Chewy's an interesting one too. We called it out again yesterday, but 70 was our price target. And you can see that we got pretty close there. We got there again yesterday and failed. So on a higher opening today in Chewy, on this entry that we had from down here, on a higher opening and a push higher, I'm going to be looking to exit this trade into a push higher. A couple of stocks that pulled back recently that are strong. APPS, we're looking to bid a lower opening to initiate a new swing trade. So you can see 3 consecutive days closing below the open. So there's some smart money selling here, up at or near all-time highs. You can make a case that this is what's known as an island top, where there's gap on each side. This pullback and a lower opening should give us another nice entry to look for a new long. NEO is one that we traded last week, and now the stock has paused for 2 days, looking to initiate a new swing trade in NEO today as well. And NVDA, a nice pullback as well. Some of the tech stocks have been getting hit. It's interesting. You'll notice we have not been talking about Facebook, Tesla, Apple, Microsoft. None of them have really been in play in a obvious way for us to take advantage of. NVIDIA is actually pulling back, giving us an opportunity to look for a pullback to bid, and that will be on the list of stocks to trade today as well. So a really diverse list of stocks today, plenty of earnings. Netflix after hours today, leading to a trade tomorrow. Watch Logitech today for follow through on yesterday's earnings, and some other stocks pre-market that have earnings. So we got a lot to watch today. So let's get in there. Let's have some good focus. You don't need a big list in this market. It's not the same market we had in August. We're trading back and forth a little bit more now. It requires focused working orders and, dare I say that dirty word, discipline. But if you want to be profitable in this market, it requires probably trading a little bit less, trading a smaller list, and trading only those stocks that are obvious right now. Because if you're trading a stock that's not obvious, you're probably very frustrated. So really get in there, be focused, take the stocks that are in your trading plan strategy, put them into a game plan, and only focus on those stocks. It'll reduce overwhelm and actually make it easier for you to feel confident and have conviction in those ideas, which is required right now. There's a lot going on in the market. We haven't even touched on the stimulus package and what that means. That deadline is in play right now. Let's hopefully get a good answer, get some nice bullish price action that we can ride through the rest of the year. So have a great day, everybody. Don't forget to join the new community. I'll see you later. Have a great day.